All right, welcome to live keys practice number 5. As long as I labeled this correctly, there's a small probability that this might be 6, but I don't think it is. So I'm breaking down more of this Brandi Carlile Forever Young song. It's like my 7 millionth day or 5th day of it. So I just want to hit the intro today. I got about like 45 minutes to an hour. Want to hit the intro. Have not spent a lot of time on this, so I thought it'd be good to do this. These lives are good for me. Hopefully they help you guys kind of learn the pitfalls before I run through them, or before you have to run through them. As always, or maybe never, check us out at musicbythemeasurespro.com. You can get the sheet music. We don't have a ton of keyboard members. We have more bass and drum members. So if we get more keyboard members, we'll write more sheet music. And I kind of hope you see that we care a lot about our quality of sheet music. Like, we want high quality music because it makes it easier for you to learn. You're not second guessing what's going on the whole time. Like, is this a good piece of music? Do I have to figure out what's going on to learn the piece? All right, enough rambling from me. We're going to jump in and just kind of figure this thing out. So yesterday I did a little bit of left hand. So let's start with our right hand. So we have a rest on 1, and then we're going 2 and. So it's 1, 2, and 1. And then we kind of have this big, I wouldn't say intimidating chord, but just big chord. We're going B, E, G, B. And I'm actually going to scoot over just a little bit to do that all. And it's kind of like where we're coming from is as important as where we're going on this one. So if I go D, or E, D, and then I go to this chord, go to a B, E. I'd really like to play with my thumb and third finger on that last one. So actually, let's do, as soon as I can find my mouse, a little disheveled. A couple things fell right before I got started. So 35 BPM is uber slow, but that really gives me time to kind of process and think what I'm doing. So this would be 3 and 4 and. So I just want to get good at that a minute. So 3 and 4 and. All right. Let's see how slow that is. So we got 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and. Now, one little change which I might keep doing, I may not. I kind of like it. And some of this stuff, it's hard to practice in like this vacuum of like, all right, well, here's how I'm going to play it. Well, I don't understand the context yet, right? I don't understand the next step. So sometimes it's hard to be like, all right, this time I'm going to play that measure. And really, it's okay to play it wrong, or even like, if I play it that way and then I decide later on it is easier for me to do it this way. That's okay. I've at least practiced it in that vacuum and then put it in real life. It's my speech for today. So speaking of real life, let's go 2 and 1. Well, 2 and 3. 2 and 3 and 4 and. Like that for me is just way more comfortable. So that plotting out. Big difference is on the end of 3. And of 3. Sets me up for success. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we'd be going to this A minor chord, which is holding that E as a half note throughout. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, I don't know if I could do that with metronome yet. Let's jump into this measure, and then we'll try to put those two measures together. For whatever reason, playing just that 1 and 2 and. Whoops. Holding that E down throws me off. And again, I'm being like extra picky because A, I like to teach these songs right. I like to play them right. You, if you're learning this and it's a newer song for you or just getting the idea of it down, you don't have to be as picky as I'm being. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. We're going to do it this way. I've had like a lot of caffeine today and a good nap, so I'm a little bit back. So I don't apologize, but that's why I'm a little amped, as they would say. 1 and 1 and. So I just want to reinforce that idea. And then it'd be 2 and 1 and. All right, so let's just get that 1 and 1 and 1. Slow. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and. Really what I'm teaching myself while I do that is control. 1 and 1 and 1 and. Okay, now let's put that 2. See, the minute I try to put 2 in, and 2 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. All right, let's do a couple more 1 and. I feel like 35 is a little trippy slow for me, but we'll just try it. 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and. The idea of practicing that slow, though, is where you can just make it something that you're not even thinking about, right? Now it's already becoming a part of my muscle memory. So that means when I add this next part into it, 1 and 2 and 1 and. First time I did okay. Let's try it with metronome. So just adding these 2 extra beats in there, or extra beat, and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and. And 2 and 2 and not always lifting off, right? But 2 and 1 and 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 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and. Okay. Let's try it without a couple times. So we got 1 and 2. Now, just that alone proves my point. I'm way more confident in understanding where that is, right? 1 and 2 and 1. Can't count, but I mean, I'm more confident. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. All right, we got that. Let's try it. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So slow's the key. Slow's the answer to everything. Like anything you need to learn, you just take your time, go slow. You'll get it. Counting. So we got key number 1 is slow. Key number 2 is counting. Counting just kind of like ingrains this shit in your brain. So we're going to try to put those two measures together. So we got a rest on 1. So we got 1, 2, and I'm going to go so slow because I need to talk myself through this. 1 and 2 and, like I said, so slow. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So just takes me a second to get that idea of that E minor. And I'm just going to keep scooting over until I feel like I'm in the exact right spot. For me, because a lot of this stuff is middle C / below middle C. You know, right here we got this B, so just one note below middle C, not too far. It's enough that if I'm turning too much, it just throws me off. Also, I'm playing with like a ton of tension right now just because I'm overthinking about this all. So you want to play this and approach the piano relaxed. Maybe doing a live is not the best way to play and approach being relaxed, but we do what we do. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right. Again, 35 is ridiculously slow, but it's kind of where I'm at playing this kind of idea, just having to. 35 allows me to kind of plot out. Like I can look ahead, I can think about what's coming up, and just kind of get the idea down. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Wrong note. 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 a couple more times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and some of those things will tighten up as I go faster. Again, 35 is costing me as much to think about as going full speed does. So, but right now I need to learn it at 35, which means every once in a while I'm pushing that rhythm. When I feel comfortable, I then push that rhythm a little bit. All right, so D minor, another bigger chord. Our low notes in A, D, F, A. 16th note, so we're going 1, E, and so we're going to play that much slower, though. We got 1, E, and 2, E, and, or E, and then I don't know if those are the fingers I'll use, but we'll figure that out. Just trying to hear that 1, right? Because we're kind of flamming our notes. Same thing. It's odd to do just one beat, but because it's not a fast song regardless, I can kind of get that 1 E and 1 E and sense down, and 1 E and and that's the best thing I can do right away is just get that 1. So let's try that even without metronome. 1 E and 1 E and let's do a couple. It's gonna be weird. 1 E and 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 and 1 That's fun to play too. Yeah, that's kind of maybe the purpose of these. I mean, the purpose of these is to sell my sheet music as much as anything else, but also for me to practice and to hopefully kind of like clue you guys in that, like, if I can play this, this is number 5 and it's starting to sound like a song a little bit. And I've done that in 5 increments, right? So that says to you, hopefully, like, shit, if this guy can do it, I can probably do this too. And then just learn alongside me. I think my other point that I didn't make, though, is like, I'm taking this one beat of the song and I'm making an exercise out of it. And then when I see this in another song, it's going to be very easy for me to transplant that information. 1 E and I'm avoiding all accents right now. That makes it easier for me as well. So we end on that F with our middle finger. So we're going to start 2, E. So it's 2 is tied. So it's, I got to think about that. So we got, I was going to do this by itself, just beat 2, but I think I'm going to tie these together. 1, E, and 2, E, and That held beat in the middle. E, and E, and E, and 2, E, and 2, E, and all right, see if I got the idea of that down. 1, E, and 2, I think I can count it out enough that I can get the idea of it. Let's play a couple more times. So we got 1, E, and 2, E, and kind of wondering how I'd like to have my first and second finger free to hit that. So what I think I'm going to do, and I don't think I'll regret this, but I might, is do this whole measure a minute. Because I really kind of want to see if I can land on that. I don't know if I can even play it in time yet. 1, E, and 2, E, and 3, and 4, and try that. 1 E. Yeah, I can't. 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and that was enough to throw me off, right? Doing it twice. Now, my point to the internet world is doing it even twice with metronome and not doing great by any means, feeling very rushed at 35, which is hilarious because 35 is pretty slow. Now all of a sudden doing it by myself, I can hear where that rhythm is. And that's almost what you have to do is do it a couple times with a test. The test is the metronome. Helps you kind of put everything in order. And then try it by yourself, and you're all of a sudden going to hear where those beats land, like 1 E and 2 E and 3 and I couldn't count that. 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and all of a sudden it's there. I still have to play with metronome. I'm still probably going to be bad at that, but the idea is there. Not ending with the fingers I want to yet, but we'll live with that. And 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and again, some of this stuff is intimidating when you look at it, and then you start playing it a while, and you're like, man, this is freaking fun. I heard that. That was a bad mistake. 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and now, granted, I've not even started putting left hand together, so you can watch me be really bad again when we get there. All right, so after this. Oh, shit. Am I playing this chord wrong? I am playing that chord wrong. It should have been a C and E that we end on. All right. Well, let's refigure that out. If anything, I have to tune my ears more than anything else because that throws me off. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and we all make mistakes. Okay. We got 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and easier to play, and then we move down to that A and C up for that F chord. Now I almost have the right hand learned on this intro. All of a sudden, the 2 hard measures in my mind, 3 hard measures. All right, so we're at the A, C, moves up to a B and a D. Let's see if we can put this all together. I don't think we'll be able to, but let's see. Let's run through it by ourselves first. All right, so we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 things to note, right? We play that F chord, and we're only playing 2 notes of the F chord. We have that A and C. Left hand will be completing that. Oh, no, I played that wrong. Nope, it's this. SBC, Sunny Buddy, Chai Chai. How you doing? You learning the song on piano? Good to chat. Good to say hi. So we got that chord. I don't know why I added the left hand in because I'm rambling at this point. After that, then we stay on this A to make this D minor chord. And let's see if I just... Okay, this time I played it right. Awesome. Now we're moving down 1 more of those, and then to that A and C, GB, 1, 2, and 3, or 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Rhythmically, I haven't played this one. Let's hear it at 35. 1 and 2 and 3. Oh shit, what is that? And 4 and 1. Let's get rid of that 50. It might be skewing stuff. Probably going to want this in a minute. Sammy, buddy, are you learning piano? What instrument do you like to play? The chat function here might be great and might be bad. I get easily distracted, as you probably could tell. And the amount of caffeine I've had today really makes me feel like we're doing like an actual lesson, which is where I'm way more comfortable. Like I've taught for 15, 20 odd years now. But I'm trying to bring some of what I bring in lessons, which is like understanding a student's needs to this, to doing live, piano, drums, bass, guitar, and really want to teach you guys how I learn, but then also learn how you like to learn and songs you want to learn and what interests you and what engages you. And I think like we can build this kind of cool community. And people that subscribe to musicbythemeasurespro.com helps us grow that. And John and Nick, who both work at the studio, the 3 of us kind of create high quality sheet music for you guys. All right, enough rambling. Gotta put this together. Oh, I was doing that G at 35. 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So it's pretty slow, right, at 35? Especially when we got a lot of held notes. All right, 1 time without metronome, 1 to 7 times without. FBI, wow. Wow, because I'm bad? I wouldn't blame you if you said that. My piano skills are a little to be desired. So we got 1 and 2 and 3, 3 and a 4 and A minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and D minor, keeping that A as our root, 1 and 2 and 3. Just slip it off. 1 E and a 2 E and a 4 E and down to the A and C. To the B and D, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's a lot. That's a lot. We'll see how I do with metronome at 35. So I'm just gonna play this 1 round and then come in on the second one. Use this time to relax a little bit, stretch, and see if FBI has anything to say other than wow. I mean, wow fills up a lot of space. It says a lot. 1 and 2 and 3, 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a and a 2 E and a 3 E and a oh yeah, that rhythm terrible on that one. 1 and 2. So it's so slow, right? As you can tell, it's so slow that it's hard to count those held beats. I'm going to do a couple more at 35, even though if I suffer and look like an idiot, it won't be the first time. But kind of gives you an idea. And 2 and 3 E and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's the hard one for me, because I'm counting all these 16th notes. 2 and yep, over my head. Breathe, pause, think. I got like 15 minutes. Kind of want to pull this all together. Only this one section. Nah, not even both hands together. I might have to do another one tonight to just kind of solidify left hand. So when I get to that G, it's just hard for me to count. It's hard for me to hear 1, right? Because we just did a measure of 2, 4. But then it's also to hear 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and I can't hear that timing, especially going from these 16th notes. Let's do a couple more. If I fall apart, I fall apart. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Sorry, cartoon fan. I saw your high and I totally biffed, but hi. Thanks for checking us out, guys. Musicbythemeasurespro.com. We're looking for more subscribers. If you guys teach sheet music, if you want to learn, if you have a song, all 3 of you that are in the chat right now. The Paw Patrol theme, I don't know that one, but I will learn it. If that's what you want to, make sure you subscribe, put a comment in the actual chat, and then I'll find you again, cartoon fan. But yeah, Paw Patrol, I can learn that one. It's probably pretty fun. But yes, Paw Patrol. I'm putting it in my brain right now. All right, I got like 10 minutes. I'm going to try to get this intro down, and then we have a great request for not this live stream, but a future one where we'll do Paw Patrol. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 2 E. Cartoon fan, I don't know that one either. So I do teach some younger kids, and I have gotten a request for both those songs. So that would be awesome to do on the piano, and I'd love to help you out to learn those. You can't hear my voice well, or you can't hear the piano well. The voice is probably because I'm staying away from the microphone. So I apologize. I'll stay on it better. Okay. Sorry, getting a little distracted, but this is kind of the desire of these down the road is I want to hear your guys' feedback. I want to hear what you guys want to work on or what you've been working on and tackle other songs. Cartoon fan, have you played piano before? Like, what level would you be at? Like, this song for me is like, I don't know, I should ask John. John's a better piano player than I am. In my mind, this is not a level 3 if we go out of 3. Maybe it's like a 2.5. Yeah, Paw Patrol in the future, or cartoon fan in the future. I'll make sure my voice is louder. I might have been being shy today. In my mind, this is level 3, which I'm only doing this one because a student that I teach in person requested it. So I wanted to make sure I'm brushing up on it and learning it as we go or as I teach them. But in the future, I would have started with like Free Falling for this series because it's very easy and redundant as a song. Okay. Like I said, 5 more minutes. Cartoon fan, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and I will learn those songs for you. And I will make sure I grab a screenshot before. All right. Let's do a couple without metronome just to kind of get this idea back. I lose it as we get going. Because I get a little distracted, so I need to fix it on my end and not look at the chat the whole time. But again, part of the fun is to interact, and in the future we'll interact at the end, not in the middle of it. How about? That's on me. Yeah, now you bring up a great point, and I hope anybody who's following along with this chat, you just said you know how to play the vocals of Paw Patrol and Phineas and Ferb, and that's what happens to a lot of people. And I'm not knocking you at all. I'm saying more like that's the easy music to find online, correct? Where it's like all the background music, sometimes people don't write that out, and I think that's kind of what we've specialized in is like, all right, I had a kid once who came in with the song Imagine Dragons, the band Imagine Dragons Believer, and he was playing not only the melody in the right hand, but in the left hand he was playing the accompaniment, and I go, well, most rock bands aren't going to play the melody on the piano, right? Like the melody is for the singer to sing. So we would actually do an arrangement of just piano because that's most often what you want to. And then down the road, if you want to add in more, you could. Sweet. Cartoon fan. Good input. All you guys, I appreciate you in the chat. It's nice to do these actually with nobody because I have less nerves when it's nobody watching, but it's good to get some interaction. And that's, again, the ambition of these. And eventually these will be good. Like I've told all my friends, my one friend, like in 5 years, you can give me feedback. Right now, I don't need any because they'll get better, maybe. And 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 2E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 2 and 2 and 4E and I played that wrong. All right. Now I'm forgetting how to play this. So I'm going to do it once with metronome, and then I'm just going to call it. Oh, actually, let's do it before I'm out of time. I feel like I had a lot tackled with that intro. But I want to review this verse because otherwise every week I come back and I'm starting from scratch, and I want to stop doing that in my own practice of doing as much review as I am learning something new. So quick, got like 10 minutes left, if that. I'm going to hit this all. So we got 1, 2. Now, okay, here's the difference, right? This is number 5, which means I've done 4 videos on just this song, right? Because life is busy. I know this after 4 lessons or 4 practice sessions live with this, and maybe a little warm up to get there, right? It doesn't take that long. It's just getting started, getting comfortable learning how to play. So we got 1, 2. Now, I gave that big speech, and I'm going to fuck this up now. That gets me. Yeah, totally messed that up. So that D minor progression, we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, a couple more times without metronome. We got 1, 2 and 3. I'm just going to try to repeat those. So we got 1, 2, and 3. Let's see if 50 BPM is possible for me to just jump in. Yeah, and we'll just keep repeating. One, two, three, four, and totally miffed. 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1. And just can't get back to the beginning. All right. I got it, Cartoon Fan. Make sure to mention me, Cartoon Fan 9015. And now I have video proof of it too. And I will tag you and I will mention you. You have some great suggestions. Cartoon Fan 9015. So the D minor is getting me, obviously. All right. We got enough time for one more run. Let's see how I do. The heat is on. 2 and 3 and 4 and... In my mind, I was doing really good, and then biffed. Again, I should probably warm up on that and spend some more time on it. Sweet. Guys, this has been fun. Thank you for watching. I want to thank everyone who made comments below. I appreciate the heck out of you guys. Cartoon Fan 9015. You're like top 100, top 5, because we have like 5 subscribers. We'll be doing more of these down the road. Just keep hanging out, telling me what you want to learn, and we'll go from there. You guys have a good week.